Let's be honest. Marriage is officially the worst investment a man can make in 2026. We keep asking why men are staying single, but look at the actual cost benefit analysis. He's expected to be the provider, the protector, and pay every single bill on time. And what does he get in return? A permanent roommate who's grumpy 6 days a week. We've reached a point where men are subsidizing their lifestyle for women who don't even like them. If a man ran his business the way he runs his marriage, he'd be bankrupt in a month. He's putting in 100% of the capital for a 1% return on intimacy if he's lucky. Since when did once a month become the standard for a high performance partnership? Ladies, we can't demand traditional provision while offering zero traditional peace. Modern women want a CEO husband, but offer the attitude of a disgruntled middle manager. Why would a rational man sign a contract where he loses half his assets if she gets bored? It's not fear of commitment. It's a basic understanding of a bad trade. We've priced ourselves out of the market and we're wondering why the buyers are leaving. If there's no peace, no intimacy, and no financial logic, what exactly is the benefit here?
There's a quiet pattern most people don't like to acknowledge. Men are increasingly looking overseas to find wives, while you rarely see foreign men coming to America for the same reason. That imbalance isn't random. It reflects where commitment, cooperation, and long-term values still align. Men move toward environments that offer peace, respect, and stability, not constant negotiation. When incentives disappear, so does interest. No anger, no protest, just a shift in direction.
Okay, another hot take, listen up. Why have a lot of men today given up? 1, feminism distorted polarity. Modern feminism encouraged women to act more masculine instead of honoring their true femininity. It's created confusion and competition instead of complementing one another. 2, social media crushed everybody's confidence. Constant comparison to unrealistic wealth, bodies, lifestyle. This made average men feel invisible and defeated. 3, we've got a loss of masculine purpose. Traditional masculine roles were demonized, but no healthy new models replaced them. Men were told to just be less, but not better. 4, we've got an addiction to escapism. Instead of building resilience, many checked out into gaming, porn, really just endless distractions to avoid the difficulties of personal growth. 5, we've lost brotherhood and mentorship. Men used to grow through challenge and community. Now, most are isolated with no guidance, no standards, no accountability. And finally, no accountability mindset. It's easier to blame feminism, women, or society than to do the hard internal work to actually reclaim your power. Strong men and soft women both lost in this mess. We need to get both back.
What changed wasn't dating itself, but access. Dating apps removed friction and blurred boundaries, giving the illusion of equal opportunity without equal intention. Some women now confuse temporary access with long-term commitment, assuming that who they can sleep with is who they can secure. High-value men don't operate that way. They separate desire from investment and don't confuse convenience with compatibility. Sex is easy to give. Commitment is selective by design. When expectations are built on access instead of alignment, disappointment is inevitable. Men who understand this don't argue or explain it. They simply choose differently and move on.
Okay, I have a theory on why all the hottest girls are single and nobody's married yet. I figured it out. It's because before, hot women were a rare commodity. Now, everyone is just way too hot. It's easy for girls to get hot, right? And now it's like when you see a desirable, high-value man, they have way too many options. And girls don't have options anymore. And it's so frustrating because it's like people would kind of date in their lane, if you know what I mean. Before there was like fillers and Botox and hair and cute outfits and spray tans and all that stuff. People would date in their lane. Now everyone's hot and no men can't do any type of like plastic surgery or height surgery or whatever. And with women working and men working equal pay, that's also a rare thing. So, ladies, we need to figure out a way to make men suck again. Sorry, they do suck. That's my point. They do suck. We just need to even out the ratio here. We're too hot. Men need to catch up to us. You know what I mean?
That's one way to see it. If independence is the goal, then staying single actually makes sense. You don't need a relationship to validate strength or self-sufficiency. Choosing solitude can be more honest than forcing connection. Some people confuse independence with partnership anyway. There's nothing wrong with walking your own path when that's what you truly want.
Single focus is peace. Which then illuminated why when a woman interrupts a man doing what he's doing, why you guys are so furious and don't pretend you're not. You try to get a grip on it. Not only have we diminished your ability to be productive by interrupting you, we have disrupted your peace. So I've tried to talk to him like, if a man were meditating, you could hear him chanting. Really? Would you walk in on him to say that? Like, imagine that's what he's doing. A man focused, he's in a meditation of fixing the car, repairing the sprinklers, playing a game with his son. He's at peace. Leave him at peace. And if you can't, I'm sorry to interrupt. Be respectful of the impact you're having. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
She speaks with a clarity most people pretend to have but never earned. Her insight could shift the entire culture if anyone actually listened. She's the whisperer men recognize instantly, the one who understands what noise can't explain. Her words cut through confusion without raising her voice. Power doesn't need volume. It only needs truth.
Women give men a million reasons to look elsewhere. And trust me, it's rarely about looks, it's your attitude that drives him away. You got it twisted.
Yeah.
You think just because you're beautiful, you're the goddess of the universe and he should just be lucky to breathe your air. Wake up. Beauty is common. Intimacy is a dime a dozen. It's free everywhere.
Yeah.
If you want to be a prize, you have to offer more than just your body. Because women are so emotional, it don't matter what you did all the way up until the moment she's mad. When she's mad, it don't matter what you did. She'll destroy everything because she didn't get her way in these 5 minutes.
Right.
This is what women do in relationships. And then they say, happy wife, happy life. That's narcissism to the 1000 degree.
Yeah.
But women don't think they're narcissists. Here's the hidden truth. Attraction dies where accountability is missing.
Yeah.
Beauty can't carry disrespect forever. High-value men don't leave because of temptation. They leave because peace disappears and chaos becomes the norm. Standards aren't misogyny, they're self-respect.
Yeah.
And anyone threatened by that was never built for partnership anyway.
The shift is already happening, whether it's acknowledged or not. Too many modern women were conditioned to believe attention is automatic and compliance is guaranteed, but that illusion doesn't hold forever. Men are no longer centering their lives around someone else's expectations. They're choosing peace, not performance. They're stepping back from chaos, disengaging from entitlement, and reclaiming their time, focus, and energy. And once a man protects his peace, he doesn't argue about it. He simply removes access.
Find a woman who is so selfless, who's a servant to your family, who's a servant to you, because at the end of the day, as you guys grow old and something happens, you're going to need someone who served you, who's selfless, who's going to serve you in these times of distress because life gets so difficult and hard. So find that woman, not who plays games, that's selfish and looking out for herself, who's a servant to you, and see, you know what I always say? See how somebody is to other people.
Yeah.
How does somebody always look at how, when you're going on a date and stuff, how they're acting to other people.
That's such a great...
Even like to waiters and things like that. Are they serving others? Are they selfless? A selfless heart is the first thing that you should be looking for in a woman. And if you are someone who's sitting there being like, man, I feel a little selfish in my heart, that's okay.
Yeah.
We all go through these seasons of selfishness, and that's why when you start your relationship with, like me and Angela always talk about how he is just breaking things off of us.
Expecting that to happen is like waiting for the moon to change colors and chaos to suddenly turn valuable. It's not happening. Not now. Not soon. And not without reality bending first. Some things simply aren't worth emotional energy. and this is one of them.
I think women today don't understand the concept of settling. When you settle for someone, it's when a man does not meet or a woman does not meet your standards. Standards are minimal requirements. Like on a job, it is the minimum requirements in order to get the job. We've confused the concept of standards and preferences. So only dating men that are 6 feet and higher is not a standard, it's a preference. You don't need a 6-foot man. Or if you're dating a redhead and you prefer a blonde, blondes are preferences, not a standard. You prefer a millionaire and the guy makes 6 figures, being with a millionaire may be your preference. Again, not a standard. So when women say, oh, I had to settle with an average guy, what's wrong with that? What is average anyway anymore? Are we defining average because he doesn't have a huge following on social media? Or he doesn't drive a Lamborghini truck? Our warped understanding of what standards are is what's keeping us single. There are great men out here. You just overlooking them.
The real problem is that the definition of bare minimum has been completely distorted. When standards become negotiable, expectations lose meaning. That's where the disconnect happens. There's no argument left to have and no explanation owed. Decisions get made quietly at that point. And once that line is crossed, the conversation is over. If the message hit, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.